What's happening, everybody? Jay Shockblast here, and we are in the Old West. I've got Emmett and Wonder Woman, and this is probably not going to be as interesting as the Lego Marvel video where I talked about all the characters over 4 parts. But the good news is I should be able to do this whole thing in one video. First things first, there are 96 characters in this game, and what is different about this game from some other games is that you do not have to actually go find the characters in order to unlock them. As you play the game, the characters will unlock in this menu, and you can actually just go right into this menu and buy them. I have some videos of me finding all of them at their locations within the world. They're kind of pointless in a way because, quite frankly, all you have to do is go into the menu and buy them. But if you want to have some fun finding them all and buying them that way, the old-fashioned way, it'll definitely extend your gameplay experience a little bit. I ended up not doing it for 3 characters because there's a slide in Cloud Cuckoo Land I wasn't aware of, and all 3 characters were at the bottom of the slide. So those are the 3 that I bought in the menu. Without any further ado, though, let's go ahead and take a look at each character. What I'll do is I will pick some characters, and I'll run around, show you what they do, and talk a little bit about some of them. Like I said, they're not really all that interesting. Like right here, we have Emmett, who is the main protagonist of the game. Almost all of the Emmett characters have a power drill like this. And this is basically his special power. He's able to do that. He has melee abilities, so he does do melee. He doesn't throw anything, and that's that. So some other variants of Emmett. That was actually the Master Builder Emmett. This is the Emmett that you start with. Again, basically the same character, just a helmet. And he's got the jackhammer. So other than that, you also have Piece of Resistance Emmett. He's got that piece right there, the quote-unquote Piece of Resistance. If you haven't played the game yet, I don't want to, spoil it, but you'll understand what that is at some point. As far as this character goes, it's pointless. It really doesn't do anything. So it's just an excuse to have another Emmett character, basically. This is Emmett the Lego piece, which, again, I don't really know what the difference between the two is. Let's go to Piece of Resistance. So, obviously, the only difference is that he's carrying a Lego piece instead of the quote-unquote Piece of Resistance. The purpose of this, I'm not 100% sure, but, needless to say, there's 96 characters now. Yeah. So next we have Emmett in his pajamas, and apparently when Emmett goes to bed at night, he brings a jackhammer with him. And no, that is not innuendo. If you're an adult, you might understand what I'm saying. But yeah, that was awkward. So yeah, he's got pajamas on. I like to say it, pajamas. Interesting, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about him. If you let him stand here for a minute, he's just going to mill about. Next up, we have Emmett in the shower. Apparently, the shower follows him everywhere. And he's butt-ass naked under there. So, I guess we might as well go jump in with Hot Tub Harry and have some more bubbly action. No, I guess he showers with his underwear on. If you run fast enough, you can see it. So, there's Emmett in the shower. There's not really a scene in the game where he's in the shower. But I suppose it looks kind of cool the way that the bubbles are there. Looks like they're almost hand-drawn in the video game. So it kind of gives you a pretty cool effect. Next up, we have another Emmett. We have Emmett the surgeon. And apparently, he performs surgery on the ground because he's got a jackhammer. Surprise, surprise. I don't remember if Emmett jackhammers in the shower. Does he jackhammer in the shower? He sure does. He sure does. So there we go. Next up we have Emmett the Lizard, which, yeah. I guess lizards can jackhammer too. I'm not a big Lego fan per se as far as, you know, the toy Legos go. So let me know, guys. Is Emmett like a main character in the Lego universe? Like, has he been in other Lego things before? Is that where all these characters are coming from? Because I honestly do not know. Here's Emmett as a clown. And guess what? Clouds can jackhammer. It'd be kind of cool if he threw, like, I don't know, like balloons or something, like water balloons. But, you know, they could have just called this a clown character. I really don't know why it had to be Emmett, but it is. There's not a point in the game where he is a clown, so there's that. Emmett the Woodsman. Apparently when Emmett goes to the woods, he throws tomahawks. And looks like Robin of Hood. Robin from the Hood. So, he does not jackhammer in this case, but he does cut down cacti. So there he is, looking sharp. Again, don't know why this needs to be Emmett. Can just be any Lego character. They have a lot of generic ones, but needless to say, it is Emmett from the woods. Next up, Emmett with a trash can on his head and jackhammering. This does come up in the game, I believe, so, you know, I guess cool. I don't know. I don't know what the point of it is. It's definitely not an interesting character, but he's got a trash can on his head. It happened in the game. I can allow it. Here we have Old West Emmett. This Emmett you can obviously get in this area of the game, the Old West. There is an achievement for killing 30 characters with this Emmett. He shoots a gun. He does not jackhammer. And it says Cowboy Emmett, but this is actually Cowboy Emmett. I got a little figure of him from GameStop for pre-ordering it. And if you let him just stand aside, stand idle, he'll flip his gun. So, I'm going to leave him active for now. And we're going to go ahead and switch over to Wheelhead Emmett. So this does come up in the game. I'm not going to really, I guess, spoil it. But, yes, there is a point in time in the game where you put a wheel on Emmett's head. And apparently this is worthy of a character. He jackhammers. Yay. So, you know, that's Emmett with a wheel on his head. Like I said, not nearly as interesting as my other video, but it is what it is. Here is Robot Disguise Emmett, which makes sense. And Emmett disguised as a robot also jackhammers. So, this definitely comes up in the story, so you'll understand better. It looks like he has tinfoil wrapped around his hands and face and feet, and that's kind of cool. Definitely actually on the Xbox One pops like it is kind of tinfoil, which I definitely appreciate. Definitely some really good art there. Next up we have Gail. Gail is a female construction worker, and she's got a jackhammer. So she's probably got some guns too. She also does the female kind of double jump. And basically all the females in this game can kind of do this. The high double jump, and then they can climb up those, you know, sparkly, dangly walls. And then, you know, grab these sparkly, dangly poles. And, of course, Gale can jackhammer. So, there we go. Throughout the land, there are places like that where you would need a jackhammer. I just don't know that you need 15 characters to do it. Here is Frank the Foreman. Frank the Foreman has a jackhammer, guys. I don't know if you're catching a theme here. He's got a helmet. He scratches his head. He looks at the sky. And that's pretty much the gist of it. He is a character, obviously, that does come up in one of the levels. So, you know, I guess it's cool. It's not a licensed game, you know, like the Marvel and the DC and, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean and Lord of the Rings and stuff. So they got to kind of make do with what they've got. Here's Demolition Guy. This is one of my favorite characters in the game, although I use the robot version. His face is all dirty. He's got his noise canceling headphones on, and he throws TNT. You're going to learn really quick that if you want to get studs, you throw TNT. I feel like it's the fastest way to break stuff and get studs. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that TNT and get lots of studs. So you don't even have to collect them when you throw the TNT. It like literally auto goes right into your account, if you will. There he is, the Demolition Guy. And that is the last one on this row. We already took a look at Emmett the Master Builder. The difference between Emmett the Master Builder and everybody else, yes, he does jackhammer, but there are these little green circles that come up where you want to build stuff, and the other Emmets cannot use those little green circles to mesh things together. Basically free build. The only way the other Emmets can build is if there are pre-designed instructions. That's a big concept of the game and the movie, apparently. So, you know, you'll want to use Master Builder as your kind of multi-purpose Emmett. Next up, we have Wyldstyle, who is also named Lucy. I think she's kind of cool. I mean, she's got a little punky attitude thing going on. She's got her little tracksuit, makes her look like a parkour. Got some edge, got some attitude. She does the double jumps. So she's obviously like the second main character of the game, next to Emmett. So, you know, you'll use her a lot. You'll see her a lot. And there's a few versions of her character. She does all the female athletic things, which is, you know, cool. I'm going to go ahead and switch to double Wyldstyles. I think her name's kind of corny, Wyldstyle. But, you know, it is a Lego game, so it's for the kids. Here she is with her hood up. This is how Emmett meets her. And it's basically the same character doing the same thing. She also has a variant where she's in the Old West. Very nice, very sexy. And she's got a gun. So that's definitely how she differentiates from her other versions. I like it how it almost looks like they drew it in Microsoft Paint. The little red marks that come out of the gun. I'm actually not even being sarcastic. I actually do like it. It kind of like gives it a, I don't know, like a cartoony feel. I really do think it's pretty cool. It really, I feel like it's life is added to it, you know, in this, you know, high definition resolution. So that's pretty cool. Next up, we have Wyldstyle and Robot Disguise. So even her hood is tin-foiled up. So obviously that comes up in the game. So there she is, wrapped in tinfoil. Next up, we have Outer Space Wyldstyle. She does not fly, but she does all her athletic stuff. And pew 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 pew. She shoots lasers. She does not do red lasers, so she can't do anything with the gold stuff, but that's okay. Next up, we have Vitruvius, who is voiced by Morgan Freeman. Found that out through this, and that's kind of cool. You know, obviously there are a lot of really big names that were, you know, voices in this because it was, you know, kind of a movie experience. You can go to the movie theaters and watch the movies. I'm trying to go to IMDb right now to grab. I know like Chris Pratt was in this, I think. If I am not mistaken, maybe I am. I don't know why I thought it was Chris Pratt, but in any event, Elizabeth Banks was actually Wyldstyle and Lucy, same character basically. Um, so that's pretty cool. Anybody else that we've already talked about? Who was... Let's see, full cast. Who was Emmett? I think Chris Pratt was Emmett. But he's not... It's like... Not in order of appearance. Credits order complete. Waiting verification. Where is Emmett? Yes, Chris Pratt was, in fact, Emmett. So there we go. Chris Pratt is going to be... I should be showing you Vitruvius. Chris Pratt is going to be Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy, so that's kind of why I wanted to double check on that. So Vitruvius, in this case, is old and he is blind. I don't know who he is, like, in the real world. I don't know if this is, like, a historical character or not. It very well might be, and maybe I should know it, but I don't, not gonna lie. He is blind, so there are some areas where only he can kind of walk along a path, because it's supposed to be big and scary, and you're not supposed to be able to, the other characters are supposed to be afraid to actually do it, so, that is Vitruvius. And next we have Vitruvius Ghost. I'm not going to tell the story for you, but it basically looks like he is got a sheet over his head. No KKK. One cool thing about this one is he flies. So you can fly with him. He still has a staff, and he can still throw his staff. Now, there is a red brick for fast boomerang, and I think when a character throws things, when you have it active, it just makes it faster and gets back to him faster. So he does melee stuff, but yeah, that is the Ghost of Vitruvius. Oh yeah, it's everyone's favorite. I'm Batman. Batman is voiced by Will Arnett, so that's kind of cool, I guess. Throws his batarang. With Batman, he does a lot of the... I'm trying to see if I can find one. Like, any of the arch stuff. Like, not arch. Like, anything that you have to, like, pull down. He throws up his grappling hook. And he'll pull it down. Of course, that's the chick thing. So... I don't know if I'm going to be able to find any right now. Yeah, I'm not. So, needless to say, and Vitruvius would throw his staff into there so that Wyldstyle could swing from it. But yeah, the grappling hook gun will come in handy for you with Batman. And, actually, no, I'm not going to spoil that. These two together will make some sense for you in the game. It's kind of corny, but... yeah, apparently Batman is Wyldstyle's boyfriend. I guess I just spoiled it, sorry. But, yeah, anyway. Here we have Bruce Wayne. And he does actually come up in the story. And it makes a lot of sense. At least in the video game. I don't know about the movie. I haven't seen the movie yet. So, Bruce Wayne is Batman. Batman is Bruce Wayne. So, there's that. Next, you know what? I kind of feel like we should go to Cloud Cuckoo Land. I really dislike saying that name for whatever reason. It's just kind of annoying to me. But it's kind of artsy. There's definitely a lot of effort that went into this area of the game. It's fun. I mean, it's supposed to be, kitty and funnish. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out two kitties. We've got the Unikitty, and then there's 3 variants of the Unikitty. The next one is Queasy Kitty. So here we go. We've got Queasy Kitty and Unikitty. And as you can see, they are kitty cats with unicorn horns. And she shoots fireworks. I guess this is the Lego take on My Little Ponies. That's the only thing I can think of. And because My Little Ponies is a Hasbro thing, they obviously didn't want to be sued. So the kitty can do, like, if you see these pipes here, these are only destroyed by the kitty and only fixed by the kitty. And that makes a ladder, and she can climb up this ladder to get up here. As you can see, very vibrant colors in Cuckoo Land. Just a cheesy name. Queasy Kitty. You know, she's basically the same thing. Comes up in the story. I think she's like seasick or something. Now here's one really crazy and cool concept of the kitty. And actually, let's take a look at all the other 2 before I show you. Here we have Business Kitty, and then we also have Space Kitty. Both of them come up in the same level. It'll make sense in the game. She farts butterflies and rainbows. She's not really farting, but when she jumps, it does have the butterflies and the rainbow come down. So don't get the kitty mad. If you hold down the B button, she starts to rage and get mad and turns into Angry Kitty. And I love the art here. I really feel like it almost gives like a 3D effect to it. Really, you know, helps with, if you look at the background, and there it is. We got 2 of them. So eventually she will calm down. She also shoots fire out of her breath. Yeah. So then she settles down. So those are the kitties. It's a fun little character, you know. And Business Kitty has everything drawn on her. So there she sits all pretty and stuff. So when she's idle. So that is the 4 different versions of Unikitty. Next up we have Benny. And Benny is an astronaut, I guess. And he basically does all of your little hacking terminals. He has a laser. He always wants to build a spaceship. And there he is. So I don't have a hacking terminal handy at the moment, but yeah, there he is. He does not fly, unfortunately and sadly, but there you go. This is one of my favorite characters in the game. This is Metalbeard, and I absolutely love his cannon. He is a pirate. He has a peg leg. And the animation of him shooting is really cool. During the game, this is a minifigure of him. During the game, he actually has like this big mech that he uses. And obviously you can't use it in the main game, but notice the details of how there's clouds like coming up under your feet, and they look like they're drawn as well, just like with pen and paper and a pencil, which again I feel like is a nice detail. The only thing we need is for Metalbeard to be cranking some Shadows Fall or Machine Head or something like that, or Unearth. Then it'll really be some metal. But yeah, there is Metalbeard. Maybe a take on Blackbeard, I don't know. Hey, look at that. Next up we have Gandalf, and You Shall Not Pass. He throws his staff, does melee moves. He's in this game for like 10 seconds, but you can play as him all you want. He doesn't really do much else. He does the same things that Vitruvius does. Vitruvius also has a power where he can go through these secret walls. So that's pretty cool. Needed to turn off my mic for a second, sorry. So that is Gandalf the Grey. And, you know, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, there you go. You got a Lord of the Rings character in the game. The next couple characters are my three favorite that I use the most. We have Superman. And we have Green Lantern. So, Green Lantern is Hal Jordan. He is carrying... Well, I guess he isn't carrying a ring. Let's see. Hal Jordan is played by Jonah Hill. Voiced by Jonah Hill in the game. He does fly. There are a few spots where he uses his Green Lantern ring to build stuff, and only he can build it. So that's kind of cool. He does also kind of shoot the green energy, and yeah. So he's a very useful character. I use him a lot because I like flying characters. So yeah, there we go. Funnily enough, Metalbeard is actually voiced by Nick Offerman. I don't know if it's in the game or if it's just in the movie, but that was something I did not know. It helps to have IMDb open when you're doing videos like this to see if there are any interesting characters that were voiced by people. I'm looking to see if anybody played Superman, and Superman, actually, here we go. Superman was played by Channing Tatum. He's going to Channing your Tatum, and that is who voices him. Superman obviously flies, tells you how awesome he is, shoots a laser out of his arse. Alright, so out of his eyes. He does not... I mean, if you tap on X or square, I mean, I guess you can kind of get him to shoot him. But there he is. He is Superman. And what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to... I didn't even know this was here. There's this slide here. And you can jump down it, and it brings you to another area. So here we are with Superman and the Green Lantern. I finally saw Man of Steel recently, and it was pretty cool. Very intense. I did have some... I did take umbrage with some of the story. Mostly the fact that Lois Lane just happened to be freaking everywhere all the time. So, but that's a video for another day. So yeah, Superman and Green Lantern, I'm really happy they're in this game. Honestly, they're the whole reason I bought it. I knew I was going to be able to play as them, so I figured, what the heck. This is the character I use the most in the game, to Wonder Woman. Mostly because, you know, my girlfriend Pam likes Wonder Woman, so I have a Wonder Woman little bank, the plastic kind of bust bank on my desk that she bought me. So I figured it was kind of a tribute to her that I would play as her the most whenever I could. So she can fly. She can throw her little... I think she's throwing her crown or her tiara. She also has the lasso of truth. So like Batman, she can do any of the, you know, the wall climbing stuff. I don't know if there's any over here, but yeah. So that is Wonder Woman. Hear her roar. Next up, we have the Green Ninja, who I'm pretty sure this is just a regular... I did not mean to do that. Pretty sure this is just a regular Lego character. I know that I've seen, you know, Lego Ninjas before. So, obviously, you know, it makes sense to feature this character in the game. If you like Deadpool from Lego Marvel Superheroes, you're going to like the Green Ninja. He definitely gets his ninja on. And he plays very similar to Deadpool, just he doesn't have a gun, obviously. So this is the green ninja, and he's going to go ahead and do that. He's very agile, but alas does not jump up the women thing. That is only for women, but there we go. So he is athletic. He is definitely a great melee character. If you're looking for somebody to use as your melee character, definitely highly recommended. This is a fun character to play with. I definitely enjoy him. Next up, we have Cleopatra, who does do the female-y stuff. So she can go here and jump higher to get up here. So Cleopatra is in the prologue of the game, and I noticed her, and I was like, is that Cleopatra? But I didn't say anything, mostly because it was late at night, and I wasn't all with it. You know, I understand the purpose of having some historical characters in the game. It kind of makes sense. She doesn't really do a whole lot, so, you know, I don't really know how much you're going to use her other than when you kind of have to. But if you want to, there you go. She is in the game, obviously of the Egyptian lore. Here we have the most flamboyant character in the game. We have the Fembot. I can appreciate the way she's drawn. It almost looks like who's the robot from the Jetsons? Whoops. Whoever was it Lucy? Was that who the robot was in the Jetsons? I'm blanking on it at the moment, but looks like it's almost a bit of a tribute to that character. Definitely doesn't sound like it. But, yeah, so she does all the female stuff too. So she can jump and all that. She is exclusively a melee character. So she doesn't shoot anything or throw anything or have anything else. But, there she is, the Fembot. Next up, we have the Witch, and my disappointment with the Witch is that she doesn't put a broom between her legs and fly. That would have put it over the top for me. I feel like in a lot of ways this game is a little lazy, like a little mailed in, if you will. As far as Lego standards go, I mean, Traveler's Tale does an amazing job with these games. I don't know. There's something about it where there's just the little details are missing compared to some other games. With that said, I do really like this character. It's a really cool character. Definitely looks like the witch from The Wizard of Oz. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but if it is, then they did a good job. I like that she can shoot out of her magic wand. That's pretty cool. So, you know, definitely a pretty cool character. One of the few characters that, you know, you look at and reminds you of somebody else or something else from pop culture. Next up we have Lady Liberty, literally right out of the Lego Marvel Superheroes game, except they did what they should have done in Lego Marvel Superheroes, gave her the ability to throw her fire. I'm running out of things to break over here, so let's see. She does the female jumping things. I don't really remember what you go up there for. So that sucks. I don't know if I'm going to be able to break anything, but she does, believe it or not, she does throw fire. Maybe I could hit that. Nope. Whoa, did not want to do that. Alright, so let's try going back up here. See if everything respawned for us. Yeah, so there you go. She throws her torch. There are also, throughout the level, or throughout the game, there are different areas where you can light a fire. And you can get the Light a Fire achievement with the Statue of Liberty. So that's pretty cool. So she's available in the game. Definitely has more of a use than in Marvel Heroes. They should have just saved her for that. Also in the game is Abraham Lincoln. He does not have a gun, but he does throw a book. He will throw the book at you. So that's pretty cool. He's got a top hat. Looks very presidential. There is an achievement for having both of them on this, or using both of them, Lady Liberty and Abraham Lincoln. So you can look out for that. Next up, we have William Shakespeare. A couple of people were giving me crap for not knowing it was Shakespeare in the prologue video I put up. And, I mean, I guess I can take that. With that said, I didn't realize they were using historical characters. So I didn't know if it was actually supposed to be anybody. Obviously, he throws the skull head. So that's kind of cool. Very slowly. It's almost like he's throwing bombs. He kind of squints a little bit when you leave him idle. Smiles. Looks more like a buccaneer than anything. It looks like he's wearing like a bald cap or something. Like he's not really bald, but they're trying to make him look bald. It almost looks like. Well, obviously it looks like it's a piece that you put on top of a plain yellow Lego head. So that is Shakespeare. Looks like he is voiced by Jorma Taccone. Oh yeah, Jorma. From The Lonely Island. I gotcha. So that's pretty cool. It's funny that I look at him and say The Lonely Island, and he was on, Saturday Night Live and stuff like that. So, been in a bunch of movies and all that good stuff. Basically, he's famous for being friends with what's his face, Andy Samberg. Yeah. So, but anyway, there's Shakespeare, and he had a famous voice actor. So there you go. Next up, you have Michelangelo, the artist, not the Ninja Turtle. Although the Ninja Turtle would have been way cooler. So he throws his paintbrush, and it's actually kind of cool. Looks even cooler on this level because of all the colors. Because it does have, colors coming out of it. So if you want somebody that can throw a paintbrush, you can be Michelangelo. I want to try to make this a little quicker because we're only halfway through. Next up, you have the Magician. He is just a very simple magician in a tux with a top hat. He does shoot magic out of his wand, kind of like the witch. There you go, the Magician. Really not much more to say. I mean, he's kind of cool. Would have been cool if they could have got Zatanna in here to have a magician, but it is what it is. I like this creature, the swamp creature, a lot. He looks really awesome, and he throws fish. And he flounders. I haven't tried it yet, but I would wonder if there's an underwater level. I would think he would, be able to breathe underwater with no problem. What I really like about this, and I don't know for sure that this is the case, but I almost wonder if this is a tribute to Gilman from Creature in the Black Lagoon and Monster Squad. That would be really cool if it is. So I really like this one. Actually, while I'm making the video, I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of it, and I'm going to text it to my brother. Because he is a huge Monster Squad fan, and he will appreciate it. And I want to say that I did it during the video. So there we go. I sent it to him. At some point he will respond, and I will let you know what his response was. So there we go. We've got the Swamp Creature. And next up we have Lord Vampire. I don't know if they just weren't licensed to to use the word Dracula, which I don't know why they wouldn't be. I would think at this point Dracula is not, like, it's public domain. Like, anybody can use Dracula because it's been 50 years since, who wrote that? Bram Stoker. It's been 50 years since he died, so he does not fly, and he does not transform into a bat. That would be cool if he did, but he doesn't. That kind of goes along the lines of what I was saying about sort of laziness. Maybe not laziness, but like I just feel like there were some special touches that Lego games normally have. Eric responded to my text message with "Creature from the Black Lagoon," so that's what I thought too. I'm gonna actually text back Monster Squad ? Monster Squad. So anyway, it's obviously supposed to be Dracula, and it's not. I don't know why they didn't call him Dracula, but they didn't. So that's that, and that's that. That's that. What I'm going to do next, we have Panda Guy, and then we're going to go to somewhere else. This is Panda Guy. He is essentially a Ninja Turtle. He is Donatello, if you will. Only a panda. He does throw his bow, which is kind of cool. So, I just want to show all 4 hub worlds in this video as well. So we've done the Old West, and we've done the Old West, and we've done Cuckooland. So let's go to Bricksburg. This is the main hub for most of the game. They don't have a big open world. They just have 4 kind of hub worlds more than anything. And it definitely feels a lot smaller than Lego Marvel. I forgot to mention, Wonder Woman is voiced by Kobe Smulders, who is in How I Met Your Mother, I believe, and she's also Maria Hill in the Avengers. So that's kind of cool. She's voiced Wonder Woman, and she's been in the Avengers. So anyway, let's go ahead and switch character here. Next up, we have the Yeti, who throws a snowball. And I love the way that the snow kind of like goes with the snowball. That's really awesome. This level right here is really a quick way to make lots of studs. If you just come here and leave, come back, come here and leave, come back. You can just keep throwing, I use the guys with the dynamite, and I just throw it nonstop, and you'll get a lot of studs. You're not going to need them very long, but if you are trying to get studs up to buy people, you don't have all the red bricks yet, this is definitely a great way to do it. So he says no from original Universal Monsters, but whatever. I still think it could be either one. But so Yeti does like an ass plant. Boom. So there you go. Blue Yeti. He's a cool looking character. I like him. Next up, we have the Mummy, who could also be in the Universal Monsters. Actually, you've got Lord Vampire, you've got the Mummy, you've got the Swamp Creature. So this is definitely looking like the original Universal Monsters. The only reason why I don't think it's that is because this is a Warner Brothers game. It is, and Universal and Warner Brothers, I guess you would say, are competitors of sort. So I wouldn't think they would license to each other, unless one of them bought the other, which I'm not aware of. So there's the Mummy. He's pretty cool. I don't know if anybody special voices him, but there you go. He throws a bone. Makes a lot of sense. Love this one. This is the Crash Test Dummy, just called Test Dummy. I don't know if you guys... I know a lot of you guys might be a little younger, but back in the 80s, there were 2 crash test dummies that were really famous. They would give, drunk driving warning messages and stuff like that. And this is, I would think, a tribute to that. So he kind of drives drunk. Wow. I hit that cat, and the cat made me do that. So now I'm stuck. So yeah, basically, don't drive drunk. He does this kind of spin move when you double jump him. And I love the way his head kind of comes off a little bit when he lands after a double jump. His arm spins around when he kicks stuff. So yeah, that's kind of cool. It definitely gives the character some personality. I really definitely appreciate this one. I mean, if you're going to have some generic characters, this is definitely a really great way to do it. So we're almost done here. We've just got a bunch more characters to go. We're at 45 minutes on this video. And I guess, no, I'm going to do this all in one part. I'm just going to bang through a bunch of these characters because they're really uninteresting. We've got Caveman. Caveman has a club. So there he is. He is your stereotypical caveman. He's got a bushy beard. So there it is. He can throw his club. So that's pretty cool. I love it when they can throw stuff. El Macho Wrestler. He has a championship belt. He does not do an elbow drop. That would have been awesome if he did an elbow drop right there. I'm telling you guys, the little touches. The little touches are what used to make these LEGO games special. Could have gave him a lot of personality by giving him an elbow drop or something like that. But he has a lot of personality because he's a wrestler. He's got the World Championship belt. And he's got a cape. So there you go. El Macho Wrestler. Miss Scratch and Post is your typical kitty lady. Cat woman. She throws... What is she throwing? Fish? You have to find 5 of her cats in the city to get a red brick, the 10 times red brick. Her house is right over here. I've already spent way too much time on her. She is a cat lady, so that's kind of funny. Kind of funny that they did that. Cardio Carry. Looks like your typical jogger. You know, your typical MILF, if you will. She's got her iPod, and she runs. She does all the chicky jumpy stuff. And that's about it. So, she's got her headband. And there you go. Cardio Carry. Executive Ellen is part of the Octan Corporation. She throws a briefcase. Or is it a notebook? You know what? It really doesn't matter. She throws something. And she looks corporate. And that's Executive Ellie. Or Ellen. Sharon Shoehorn, as you can see, is the co-star of this show right here, Where Are My Pants? I don't understand it, but, you know, it's the most popular TV show in the game, apparently. So there she is. And then this is Where Are My Pants guy. That's him right there, and he doesn't have pants on. It's definitely a big concept in the game. If you go over here, each hub location has one of these machines. That was annoying. Has one of these machines where you can get pants for them. Exploding pants, stinky pants, tight pants, power pants, standard pants, disco pants. Let's give them exploding pants. And the pants have different aspects to them. And he throws pants. So there. Where Are My Pants guy? Next up we have Blaze Firefighter. Now here's the weird thing. In the game, he had like a name. He shoots water. You have to be careful though, because he will run out of water. And if you don't have a fountain nearby, he will not be able to reload. I don't remember what his name was in the game, but I really don't know why they didn't, give him, like, keep him with the name. So I should be able to go in this fountain. Or not. Yeah, there we go. I should be reloading on water right now. I don't know if you can see it. Nope, I guess not. So, anyway, he had a name in the game. I don't know why they didn't let him keep it. But, that is Blaze Firefighter. Here is Plumber Joe. He's got a wrench. And he can use it. He can throw it. So there's that. I don't think he'll use it once. He can do melee stuff. So I guess he's kind of useful. He can do melee and he can throw with his wrench. Next up we have Garbage Man Grant, who will take us to the last area. We can go to the Octan Tower, which is the 4th and final hub world. We did the Cuckoo Land, we did Old West, we did Brickburg, and this is the Octan Tower. This is where a lot of these robots are from. So he's got his neon yellow garbage guy, Garb, if you will. There's dancing robots over here. So, Garbage Man Grant. Pretty unspectacular. There's also Garbage Man Dan. And he throws garbage. So, yeah, Garbage Man Dan. Gordon Zola is a chef. I love his face. He has a frying pan that he can throw. And he can beat you with it. I don't know what he is a reference to, but he is kind of cool. Kind of cool looking. So, there he is, Gordon Zola. Next up we have Kebab Bob. And he sells kebabs. And he throws sausage. He throws his wiener. Be careful, because Kebab Bob will throw his wiener at you. I'll be here all week, folks. So, Kebab Bob, just another Lego character. We have Ice Cream Mike, who will throw ice cream at you, obviously. He has an ice cream cart. I probably should have stayed in Brickburg for him, but I wanted to give everybody, like, all the different areas a little bit of love, so you guys could see them all. So, all the different hub worlds. So, there he is, Ice Cream Mike. We have Ice Cream Joe, which is basically just, why not Ice Cream Jill or something like that. But, she throws ice cream as well. So, Dr. Miscrubs is a TV doctor. You unlock him in this building. He looks like he's acrobatic a little bit. He does nothing but melee attacks. He does not shoot or throw or do any of that. Would have been nice if he had a scalpel or something, but, it's cool that he does, like, the acrobatic stuff. I'll take that. Larry the barista will throw coffee at you. So, I mean, hey, I'll give him some credit. They had some kind of interesting characters. Looks like he's a Starbucks barista. He's got the little, I don't know the word I'm looking for. A little trendy kind of emo swept to the side haircut and stubble growing in. So, nice little touch there. Taco Tuesday guy. Yeah, Taco Tuesday guy. Does he throw tacos? He does, in fact, throw taco. No, he doesn't. He throws this maraca. So, it would have been way cooler if he threw tacos, but he doesn't throw tacos. So, yeah. Taco Tuesday comes up in the game, so it makes sense to have a Taco Tuesday guy. Here we have a Gallant Guard. He's a melee character with a sword. Not really sure how he comes into the equation. I would imagine it's just because there are kind of medieval Lego sets, and this is kind of like a tribute to it. If you're looking for a cool melee guy, I mean, he's a little slow, but he's still fun, and you can have a lot of fun with him. You also have Sir Stack-a-Brick, if you want to use another melee guy. And the only difference is he's a Sir, and I guess when he attacks, well, sometimes, I don't know if it's because he's attacking that or what, but I've never seen, yeah, it's actually him. When he attacks, there's kind of like that smoke that comes out. So, that's interesting. Just an artistic thing more than anything. Next up, we have the Prospector, who has a peg leg because he blew it off. It would have been nice if he had dynamite, but he has a 6-shooter. You can obviously get him in the Old West. Also from the Old West, you have Hank Haystacks. I probably should have done this in the Old West, but I guess it doesn't really matter which order or where you do them, but just a country character. As is Hot Tub Harry. We saw him in the hot tub in the Old West. And now you can play as him too. So he runs around in his underwear. And yeah. I almost wonder if that's supposed to be the actor. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he was an Anchorman whammy guy. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. Tomahawk is an Indian, and he throws his tomahawk. He does throw it. He also melees with it. Go in here. We should be able to throw it. Yeah, there you go. So, Tomahawk, and then there is also just regular native. It's almost like Tatanka, the old WWE Intercontinental Champion. Or any other Indian ever. So, he also throws his tomahawk. And, yeah, he's an Indian. In space, it seems. Here we have Wily Fusebot, which is in the Old West... an Old West robot, part of the robot army of President Business, or Lord Business. So he's got all the robot minions, which is the main reason I saved this world for here, because this is the land of the robots, and we've got nothing but robots coming up. Next up we have Robo Cowboy, who is a melee guy. So, a cowboy-looking robot. So, there he is. That face is used a lot, so you'll see it some more. Here we have the Deputron. He is our deputy. And he's got a gun. And he does all the robotic things. This one blew me away because it's one of the more expensive characters to buy. It's Calamity Drone, and she has a minigun. I mean, how dope is that? I love the name too, Calamity Drone. That's just such a cool name. Obviously, you go up against her in the Old West, so that's where you would unlock her. But it's a pretty cool character. I can't deny it. I don't use her much because there is another character that does the exact same thing, and that is this guy, Sheriff Not a Robot. He also has the minigun, and you get an achievement for, I believe, 30 kills or 20 kills with him. I already have it, so I can't get it. But he's a pretty awesome looking robot character. Next up we have Ma Cop and Pa Cop. who, if I can catch up, thought I might have just ruined my video, but where is Ma Cop? There she is. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up Pa Cop on the screen. There is Ma Cop and Pa Cop. And Pa Cop is played... I just saw this. Let's see. Pa Cop is played by Liam Neeson. And Ma Cop, I thought was played by somebody decent too. Where are you at? Ma Cop, I just saw you, Ma Cop. Melissa Sturm, I don't know who she is. So Liam Neeson is Pa Cop. And he just melees and stuff. And Ma Cop does the same thing. Whoa. She is fierce though. So, she can do all the female-y stuff, so that's cool. You unlock both of them upstairs. There is an achievement for craggleizing them, using the crag gun or craggle gun, in order, which is basically like a super glue stick, in the relic room. I haven't gotten that one yet, but there you go, Ma Cop and Pa Cop. Next up, you have Velma Staplebot, and you have, who else we got? Robo Construction. So he's a melee guy. Yeah, you can see him walking around here. Robo Construction. Velma Staplebot obviously is a secretary robot droid. So both of them are just melee characters, very uninteresting. So you probably will never use either one of them. This is one of the characters I use the most. This is the Demolition, Robo Demolition. I'm going to go in here, and as you can see, you can just throw his TNT everywhere, and it just makes it so easy to unlock stuff. Or not unlock stuff, but get studs. So I'll just go into worlds and just chuck TNT nonstop. That's the best way to do it. Next up, we also have Robo Skeleton, which I believe is a bit of a tribute to Terminator. He shoots lasers out of his eyes. You do get an achievement for shooting lasers out of his eyes and killing Emmett. So keep that in mind. That's pretty cool. We also have Robo SWAT Laser. He's got a laser gun. And he's not afraid to use it. We also have Robo SWAT Rocket, who shoots rockets. He can be pretty cool. You know, I would use him more if it weren't for the fact that the construction guy that throws TNT just does it a little bit faster. So there is Robo SWAT Rocket. Almost done here. This is just Robo SWAT Armor. And he's obviously a melee guy that has this police baton. He cannot throw it, so all you can really do is beat people with it. He is definitely one of the cooler looking robots in the game, so that's, I guess, kind of cool. Next up, we have Robo SWAT in general, and yeah, he's basically the same thing, just with a hat and no armor. And then we have Robo Fed. He is a federal agent, shoots laser from his eyes, wearing the suit and tie. So that is the last of our robots. And then we have Good Cop, and we have Bad Cop. And Good Cop and Bad Cop are both also voiced by Liam Neeson. And here he is. So, Bad Cop is the leader of the robot army, or I guess the first lieutenant, if you will. So, he basically works with Lord or President Business and does his dirty work. So there you go. You do get an achievement for switching from good cop or from bad cop to good cop. So you would do it this way, just like I'm doing right now. In the menu, not like this. That's not how you do it. You do it just the way that I did it right there. The last two characters we have are President Business and Lord Business. And I believe this is Will Ferrell. Yeah, Will Ferrell. And it actually looks kind of like Will Ferrell. So in Lord Business's hand, you have the Craggle, which is like a stick of super glue. And he shoots it. And this is what you do when you Craggleize people. So you get an achievement for doing that 10 times. Alright, there we go. And what I'm going to show you is with President Business, which is basically the President version, he rules the LEGO universe. He is trying to take it over. He wants everything to be the same. He wants you to only follow instructions. That's why he has nothing but robots. He doesn't like the way it looks when everything's ugly. That's kind of the gist of the whole story. I'm going over here for a reason, because there are switches that only he can access, and to do it you have to go to this access point and activate it. And he gets the cape and the whole Lord Business gig. So you activate a couple switches for him, and this is basically what he wears. Looks like he's doing a Broadway dance. So in any event, this is Lord Business and President Business. So that's pretty awesome. Voiced by Will Ferrell. So that brings us to the completion of all of the characters in the Lego Movie video game. And there are obviously a lot of extra characters that are in the movie. I'm looking at IMDb right now, and I can see that you've got Anthony Daniels as C-3PO. You've got somebody named Wally, played by Dave Franco, and Barry that we already talked about. I see like some Star Wars characters come up. They didn't have Star Wars characters in this game. Lando Calrissian, Billy D. Williams, Shaquille O'Neal apparently is in the movie as himself. So yeah, there's a lot of characters that got a little bit left out. Would have been cool to have Shaq in this game somehow. That would have been kind of cool, but he's not. This video is pretty long, so I hope you enjoyed it. I rushed through some of it because a lot of these characters are a little uninteresting. I do want to just finish it up by showing you the last area. You do have to take this off in order to switch. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my favorites. Green Lantern. And Wonder Woman. And I'm going to have Green Lantern take us to the bonus room. The bonus room is actually the bedroom of a character named Finn that you'll see at some point. I'm sure he plays into the movie in some way. And this is just an extra room where you can go. You get a couple extra gold bricks. You get a gold brick when you get 1,000,000 studs in this room. Multipliers do not work, so you can't do multipliers. But yeah, here we go. This is the bonus room, and as you can see, there are tons of studs everywhere. It's his bedroom. It's got posters on the wall. Lego posters. So right there you have the Lego Ninjas. You got Lego City. Lego Screensaver. His name Finn on the wall. There it is, Lego Ninja Go. So, you got dartboard. There's just studs everywhere. So definitely you'll end up coming here a little bit early on. This is the best place when you don't have any multiplayers to get actual, a good amount of studs. You can walk out of here with up to 1 million every time. It's also where you can assemble any of the, construction stuff with the gold construction builds. So, there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know that my 4-part series was extremely popular. Between the 4 videos, I think they had about 5 million views. So if you made it this far, I hope you're impressed by that. I'm going to go ahead and say thank you guys for watching. You guys are awesome. I love you. 100 an hour and 11 minutes is a good place to sign off. See ya.